Y'all know that I've been kind of eager to talk about the Anglican Church in North America. Methodism came out of a revival in the Anglican tradition. The ACNA, Anglican Church in North America, came out of the Episcopal Church several years ago. I've interviewed David Roseberry. My interview with Joshua Nelson, he came out of the Episcopal Church as well. They are the evangelical conservative refusal to go along with the mainline progressive liberal program. So the Episcopal Church and the United Methodist Church are both mainline liberal progressive, and then ACNA and GMC are both refusing to go along, and they've split off now. So we have a shared heritage theologically. We have a shared recent history rebuking progressivism. It makes sense to me that we'd be in a relationship with one another. So I've talked about developments in that potential relationship. Bishop Scott Jones from the GMC has been in formal conversations with ACNA leadership about shared sacramental authority, shared acknowledgement of the sacraments and ordination. I am very much, I've had people write and say, no, we can't go this way. But I like it. You know, my wife and I use the Book of Common Prayer in daily devotional practice at home. I think that there is a wellspring of wisdom and theological maturity available in that tradition. I would love for us to walk hand in hand into the future. And so to that end, I think it's just important to follow developments there. This is an article written at the Living Church. I don't know who they are. It's for serving the Episcopal Church and the Anglican community since 1878. It was written by Jeff Walton, who also writes for the IRD. I'll make this a bit bigger. Oops, that's the wrong thing. For y'all to be able to read. Excuse me. Steve Wood, I just read a profile on him. This is a photo of his installation service. This was on November 1st. And that the article was written, and this happened on October 30th, in a service marked by pageantry, prayers, and celebratory bagpipes. The Anglican Church in North America received its new archbishop and primate on October 30th. Hosted on the Mount Pleasant, South Carolina campus of Seacoast, a non-denominational megachurch, the gathering drew together clergy, bishops, and laity from across the denomination, as well as global Anglican and ecumenical visitors. The Most Reverend Steve Wood, elected to a 5-year term in office by the denomination's College of Bishops on June 22nd, became Archbishop at the conclusion of the ACNA Provincial Assembly later that week in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Wood is the third Archbishop to lead the ACNA since it was formed in 2009 from the several groups of former Episcopalians and other Anglican groups, including the Reformed Episcopal Church. Wood is a former Episcopalian who began his ministry in the Diocese of Ohio. The denomination in 2023 counted a membership of 128,114 and an attendance of 84,794 spread across 1,013 congregations. So GMC already dwarfs them, which is kind of cool. Wood will remain diocesan bishop of the Anglican Diocese of the Carolinas, based in Mount Pleasant. The October 30th investiture functioned as a commissioning ceremony with Archbishop Laurent Banda of Uganda, chairman of the Global Anglican Future Conference, GAFCON. So GAFCON is an acronym. If you start following their stuff, GAFCON is like the conservative holdout conglomeration of Anglican churches. Anglicanism is more complicated than I've come to understand yet. It has a series of different levels of relationships that are, some are on the outs, some are on the in. That's not a saying. Some are closer to the Archbishop of Canterbury, who seems to have been compromised by the left. And in North America, in England at least, the Anglican Church, Episcopal Church, has been compromised by Western materialist, hedonist values. But abroad, there are different communions of Anglicans that are maintaining biblical standards. So the ACNA is trying to do this as well. One of the things that that different people have lifted up is Anglicanism is such a broad tradition at this point that global Methodists are really risking a lot by coming close, because not only do you have a diversity of worship styles, which is seen later in this article, I'm not going to go back to it, but you have old school Anglican with chant, and then you have new stuff that doesn't look anything like that, where you're singing Bethel and all kinds of new stuff and not even following liturgy. So you have a wide disparity of culture there, but you also have people from all over the left-right spectrum in the Anglican tent, not in the ACNA. ACNA is doing a good job maintaining the standard, but there isn't necessarily a set, defined, adhered to theology that they kick people out when they are in violation of. And so this is one of the things to be wary of. Is right now there might be groups that look how we want to look or don't bother us, but if they don't have the right safeguards in place, they can drift, and then we've got the same situation that we had, that we came out of. So we have to be willing to deal with drift internally, kicking out people who try and drift. But then also with any relationships that we have, we need to regularly review those relationships and end them if there is drift in the direction of worldliness on any number of accounts. So keep praying for the ACNA connection. If there's a reason why we should definitely not go that way, then it's important to make sure that I know that, so I quit talking so optimistically about that. But y'all know I'm big on Christian unity. I love the idea of coming together around the cross and allowing for variation where we can, and I think we can allow for variation in more areas than a lot of people know, or think. But I think with the ACNA and GMC, it's just a slam dunk.